It's Friday, February 13th, 2026. I didn't even realize it. And while that date might be superstitious to some, at least housing data is showing a market that's finally finding its footing. Here's what you need to know about real estate, the landscape right now. So, big news this week: mortgage rates have hit a 3-year low. 30-year fixed mortgage rate averaged in at 6.09%. Of course, it all is going to depend on your credit profile and all these other fancy things. That was yesterday. That's down nearly from 7% this time last year for a standard $400,000 home. That's a savings of nearly $200 per month compared to 2025. Now, we are seeing a significant pivot towards FHA loans and adjustable rate mortgages. Those are the arms as buyers look to maximize that affordability. Now, as far as adjustable rate mortgages, you know, just not a fan from my mouth to your ears, but you got to do what's good for you. Just make sure you know exactly what you're getting into before you jump on the bandwagon. Say, oh my God, I'm going to save so much interest. That rate could go up pretty quick. So you got to look at the terms and everything. Market dynamics, still talking about supply and demand. Nationally, inventory's up 10% year over year. New listings surged nearly 30% since January. We're moving towards a more balanced environment currently, but it's a K-shaped recovery. While the Midwest and South are seeing more inventory and cooling prices, the West Coast remains tight. Locally here in Santa Clarita, median list price is holding steady around $755,000, with homes going pending in roughly about 35 days. Just depends on the area, though. Some houses take longer to sell just because of the lacking buyer drive. Now, that's going to be picking up here as we finish out February. Getting to March, it's going to be probably standing room only, as is typical every single year. And especially with the rumor from the Fed, they're going to get somebody new in there. It's going to be aligned with the president. The president really wants to apparently get those interest rates down. And if that's the case, then we're going to see rates drop even further. Now, the wild card, this is the insurance policy here in Southern California. There's a caveat for California homeowners. Now, despite falling interest rates, UCLA economists, local officials warn that rising fire insurance premiums are negating many of the monthly savings. So on the policy front, the House just passed the Housing for the 21st Century Act, aimed at speeding up construction and modernizing FHA finance. And we're also watching a major $68 million settlement involving discriminatory lending that was just announced today, signaling a heavy load and focus on fair housing enforcement. Lock-in effect is fading. Sellers are showing up, and buyers are finally have some breathing room to negotiate. If you've been waiting for a crash, the consensus for 2026 is actually 0% to 2% price growth. There we are, meaning the market's not going to drop. It's just going to probably normalize a little bit. Connor McIver, Santa Clarita open houses. Happy Friday to the 13th. We'll see you in the next one.